Say hello to the stream,
Hello,
Harold.
people. Stream.
Hello, streaming people, listeners. Oosh.
Yeah, so who's got rectal fissures this week?
What?
I don't know. I just realized that the little intro clips that I spliced together, that's like my favorite part of everything now. I want someone out there to make a supercut of all those little intro bits.
Cool.
Because I've been doing that for like 3 months now.
Rectum.
Yeah, what's with the rectal fissures, though? I don't remember hearing that one.
Well, no, I just like having something strange to put in.
I see what you did.
And then I just shoved it up my arse.
There we go. There's another
Hence
one.
the rectal fissures.
Stu, you say something completely bizarre
random?
now.
I don't know. I can't think of any. You know I'm rubbish at shit like this. What's the matter with you?
I didn't know lobsters could give oral.
Yeah. I saw a man naked painting today.
Oh, sweet. Was he painting his junk?
No, he was using his junk to paint with.
Oh!
There you go.
Perfect. That's 3 wonderful things right in a row. Or 4, I guess, with the lobster doing oral.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Who knew?
Are we
right.
ready?
I think so.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Any reason for us not to begin?
Nope.
No.
No.
No, no, no,
No.
no.
Welcome yo to the gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Hi, this is Bud Gundelach, and welcome again to my show, Something's Happening.
Technically, I'm homeless.
Yeah, boy.
Shut up. Shut up.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith.
Hello and welcome to episode 466 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 466, and we're coming with the unique fix for what ails you tricks. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Hey lads, I'm Chinny. How you doing? You
Hey.
right?
Not know what is veteran gamers.
Oh, God.
You right, lads?
Now you're both doing stupid
Yes,
shit.
I am good.
You right?
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, you're all right.
You
You
right?
got your, have you
We
got
are
your,
not military veterans.
Are you
we
all
vet-
right?
Yeah,
have you got your shell suit on? Shell suit?
That's
curly
very
perm?
stereotypical of you to say that, Stu.
I
I know,
do
yeah.
not stand.
Do you know what? You're saying it's stereotypical.
Yeah.
I went to Liverpool in the sort of late 80s, early 90s,
Uh-huh.
and there was a lot of shiny shell suits going
yeah,
on, I can tell you.
but my argument to that is, in the late 80s and early 90s, there were a lot of shell suits everywhere.
Yeah, but I reckon shell suit to person ratio in Liverpool was higher than any other city
is
in
true.
the country.
That if you was born between the years of 1983 and 1994 in Liverpool, you did come out wearing a shell suit. But we shouldn't
did, it's true,
tarnish
true.
the whole population of Liverpool with the shell suit.
Now, here's the
stigma.
question, though.
Shell
Can you,
suit
say
syndrome.
can you say shell suits 20 times fast?
Nope.
No.
Impossible.
It's the weekend of what? The 9th of December. And
Yeah.
It is.
the holidays are approaching. How's everybody's holidays preparations going?
Good.
I'm working, so, you know.
You working on Christmas Day?
I am.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm working on Christmas Day.
strong.
That's,
Well, you've got to feel it. People have got to be fed, even on
that's
Christmas
the day that Jesus and the Easter Bunny had sex. So why would you work on that day?
It's true, because you got to work, you got to work.
I'm not up to date with my religious holiday
gonna say
season
that's
greetings.
I don't want to tell people how to celebrate the holidays, but
It's the day that the reindeers stole Christmas from a green goblin. And I didn't read the book.
the Christians stole Christmas from the pagans. That's what happened.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's the day
I've
that
had
the
a-
Jews, the Muslims,
God,
and the
this is going
Christians
on.
all got together and started telling jokes about how they all walked into a bar with each other.
Hi, Kavod. That's what happened. Yes.
Yep.
There you go.
We're
There
done
you
with this bit.
go. Yeah, you done? I've had a day of two halves today. Day
Oh,
of
yeah.
two halves.
Oh yeah, like day and night.
Day 2 halves. There's the ante-meridian and the post-meridian.
Not really. No, there's the
Every day is like that, AM and PM.
Yeah.
taking out
Yeah.
Millie for a
Yeah.
birthday lunch, which
Oh, yeah.
was
Oh, happy
good.
birthday, Millie.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Millie.
Yeah.
You say that it's your birthday time to skank it up hard. Choke a cop with your panties.
This is how old Millie now is, because she has her first driving lesson next
Oh
week.
wow.
Oh, snap. Stay off the sidewalks, everybody.
It felt like just a couple of months ago, Stu, that Millie was just a young girl who was getting her parsnips and her white carrots mixed up.
Exactly. Still doing that.
That was a month ago.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so she's having the first round. But it's her birthday next week.
Oh, good.
Obviously, we try and do something the weekend before her birthday. So went out for a nice meal. Went to Billy Bob's ice cream parlor, which is great. And if you ever got up here early enough, we could take you because it's a lovely place. I think you'd really like it.
You go up there. No problem.
But as I was leaving the car park, some dude decided to reverse into the side of my car.
Oh, no.
Like they do. And I was like, great. And then proceeded. This was the best bit, though. He reversed into the side of me, then got out and tried to blame me for it.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Well, we're well into
My
this.
favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
Yeah, so I was there minding my own business, just sort of driving along to exit the car park. And he didn't even reverse like in the front; it was in the rear of the car. So I was almost past him when he decided to do it. So
You got smashed in the rear, huh?
Yeah, I got smashed in the rear. Luckily, I did sort of half see him and swerved a little bit, so the damage isn't as bad as it could have been.
So the damage to your rear isn't as bad as it could have been.
No, it's not as bad as it could have been. He didn't quite smash my rear completely in.
No.
Only a little bit.
Was it quite a rough smash?
It was. Millie hurt her elbow. She was on the side where he hit us.
Was he quite aggressive when he was smashing you up the rear?
It wasn't. No, to be fair, he was a bit of a nerd. He was a bit of a nerd. But yes, he did.
And when he fucked you in the ass, was that any?
It was quite painful.
Right.
He didn't use any lube.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that there was no lube.
Disgusting, Stu.
Yeah, you just spoiled the joke there. I took it to a level that was civilized. You went too far.
Civilized. So he was like, "Oh, you were going too fast." I'm like, "How could you tell? You couldn't see me as you hit me."
Well, that's not the point. The point is he hit, so it's his fault.
Yeah.
He's just
Well, there's no. It's a bit cut and dried. If you reverse into the side of someone, it's your fault.
I was in Manchester today.
Idiot.
Stuart.
Yes, were you?
Idiot.
All right, and I was the previous night I was talking to some of like basically my brother-in-law's family, like wife's family, right?
Which brother-in-law's this? Not
it's Simeon. Simeon.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So Simeon, his wife is from Manchester. They're all from. Do you know a place called Denton?
Not really.
No.
I don't really know Manchester that well, apart from
it's in Manchester somewhere.
There's a bunch of bees everywhere.
And I was saying how one of the people said how do you find it up north? I said generally, I feel like the more north you go, the more friendlier it gets. Generally,
it's true.
And which was confirmed because today I saw somebody chase somebody else with a house brick in Manchester. So it was lovely.
It does
because
happen.
in London that would have been a gun. Do you know what I mean? In the Midlands it would have been a knife. In London it would have been a gun. But in Manchester it was just a brick. And in Newcastle it would have just been like a little dildo or something. So it just gets friendlier as you get up there.
Purple one on a stick. That's what you get.
In Scotland it would have been haggis. It just gets a bit nicer as you go north. So
yeah.
So sorry. I just lost
Did you
Sigmar's Garden.
You did what?
I just lost a game of Sigmar's Garden.
What the hell is that?
It's the mini game within Opus Magnum. Go on. Talk about chasing people with a dildo.
Yeah, I was going to say. So you actually, where was this? Through the window? Were you outside?
I was at a store that rhymes with Bainsbury's. Right.
All right. Okay.
It was Sainsbury's, Stu, just so you didn't get it.
Slow down.
I was filling my car with fuel because the car needs that to go, right?
I said slow down.
Because I discovered that the hard way, trust me. And then there was a commotion, and I kind of get the sense that somebody had crashed into somebody else on the main road. And it was all like, no, fucking leave it. No, you fucking leave it. Fucking what? You fucking what? And then one ran off and came back with a brick. And I was like, oh, that's nice. He's going to help him build a house or something.
He's going to fix his car with a brick.
Looks on the bright side of everything.
Yeah. And no, he went to throw it at his car. I don't think he finished the job.
You see, luckily that didn't happen to me today when that dude reversed into my car.
Because he took one look at Stu and he was like, I better not mess with that guy.
I knew he was a posh nerd because his house didn't have a number. It was the barn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was he dressed? Was he driving in cosplay?
No, he was. But he did have a Skoda Octavia.
Ah, there you go. A classy man. Classy man.
Nerds drive Skodas. You know what I'm saying?
Classy man. Skodas.
Say something about cosplay? Antonio does cosplay. Was he dressed up as Naruto? What do you want to say?
Skodas are Audis for people with reality. So, like, you know, sensible people that know that it's just badge snobbery.
People that reverse into people and then claim it wasn't their fault.
He shouldn't reverse into because he should have sensors on the back of that car.
Mind you, he didn't. His sensors weren't working.
Or he doesn't have any.
His sense of sight possibly was faulty.
Because he's saying, excuse me, Stu, I'm in a level 60 guild quest in a World of Warcraft. I think I know what I'm talking about, thank you.
I have the magical
give up on the world of Warcraft.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
yeah. So
that sounds like the dude from Phone Jacker. Thank you. I'd like to register complaint.
That's a famous Vine. There's a kid that he says, I have the power of God and anime on my side. It's very, very funny.
Yeah.
Sounds hilarious.
It is hilarious, but you know what is hilarious? This show, and we should crack on with it.
We should. There is. I have got another minor story. Nothing to do. It is slightly gaming related. What is it? Well, this week.
Story time's over, isn't it?
No, it's not. Go ahead.
Not quite.
What is
but
it?
Like this week, even though I haven't got an Xbox anymore,
now?
I thought, I wonder how my profile's going on. You know, my gamer tag and stuff at Microsoft because I haven't logged into that for a long time.
Hacked by...
This is the question.
It's been hacked.
Has it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gone. It's gone. I don't know how it's gone, but it's completely gone.
Has it been hacked by Norwegian gypsies?
Well, when I tried to log in, it said this account has been suspended due to like multiple messages being sent to other users or something. Right? I'm like,
what are you doing, Stu? Why are you sending messages to people?
Oh, what is that? What does that mean?
I don't think that those messages got to me because I think I.
Am I still on your list? Am I still there?
I will look for you.
Have a look because I'm not sure it exists anymore. Because when I actually finally managed to log in, it's a completely new gamer tag link to that email called Kindly Her 10454.
Oh, that was me. Oh,
Is
no,
that
wait,
you?
154?
Yeah, 10454. Is that you?
No, I'm 10453.
So close.
So that's not me.
You are still on my list, Stuart.
So it must still exist somewhere, but I have no idea how to get it.
Gamer tag is
you have
on
32,328 gamer points.
There's a lot of gamer points there. Tell you, smashed it.
Dork.
Totally smashed it. So yeah, I have no idea how I could ever log into that account anymore. So I don't know, because it seems to be a whole.
Can't you just have them reset the username or the password?
I don't know whether they've unlinked the original email from that account and linked it to another.
One way to find out: go to Xbox and be like, send a reminder email.
Yeah, no idea. Well, if I ever get an Xbox, I might try that if I ever need it.
Do you really care?
Not really.
So there we go.
I think the only thing that annoys me, I've never really thought about this, was how many games I bought. Yeah. You know, I bought quite a lot of games on that account from Xbox. So I own all those licenses. I'm not going to say the games because you don't really own anything. But I own all those licenses to play those games that I'll never potentially have access to unless I get my gamer tag back, which I'm not sure how, but I guess I'll look into it if I ever need to.
This is why it's essential, Stu, that you have a password solution for your accounts.
Yeah, like a piece of paper with all your passwords written down on it.
What I do is I publicly post my password on Facebook, so my friends.
That's idiotic. What you need to do is have a simple, easy to remember password. My passwords for everything are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah. Oh, you thought it was going to be 5.
No, but what I think actually, what Ginny's saying right there is a stroke of genius, because Yeah, because if you ever forget your password and then lose access to your Facebook account for whatever reason, you can ask other people to tell you what it was. I tell you, the more people who know,
count for you, and you don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. They can log in for you. Super.
People logging in for me. I'll log in myself. Thank you.
Playing music so we can move on.
Yeah, let's talk about some games because it's nothing to do with it.
What you been playing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Soul Brother #1 is in the chat. He's the only person that has spoke, even though we've got several people in there.
What up, Soul Brother?
Everybody's so quiet. I reckon it's because it's the final of I'm a Celebrity.
I'm a Celebrity.
So everybody's watching that because.
Although there is quite a few people, when you look at users, there's quite a few that aren't showing up.
Yeah.
What?
Also, I was joking because I'm a Celebrity is awful, and.
Yeah, Millie loves it. Millie and Kay are busy. Well.
Or as I said on 30 Rock, I'm a celebrity dog. Get me out, Arf here.
Yeah. Hey, Duke, I watched all the Big Mouths. Talking about a good show.
Watched all the Big Mouths? Yeah. Did you follow it up with a nice long bubble bath?
No, I did like the part where the ghost in the attic says, be careful of those nipples because they got secret cameras. That was my favorite.
Show you ding dong.
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff.
Ghost of Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
A part of that show. Absolutely.
Video games.
There you go. Anyway, that's not video games.
No.
Yes.
That isn't video games.
Video games.
Video games.
Go on, Duke. Get going. Get us going. Okay. Tell us about something you've played this week.
It's all about the Rocket League, as everybody knows. I have actually an interesting story connected to Rocket League. You don't have to cue up video because it's not going to take that long, Chinny. But here's the story. I played some games this week, and I went down to Platinum 1, and then I lost another game, and I went down to Gold 3, and then I won some games, and I went back to Platinum 1.
Okay.
But that was so crazy.
Isn't that
interesting?
So I don't have anything to say about that.
Okay.
Opus Magnum continues to be awesome. I'm getting close to the end of the actual game, it turns out. I think I'm on level in the last chapter, and I'm like halfway through it, and like I'm not losing my mind with frustration.
No, it's still working. Must be in your wheelhouse.
I guess
it's in your groove, man. You're in a groove.
They just made the game they should have made once upon a time. Like, it's so open. There's so many options to do it, and I have a feeling I'll be doing these last levels several times to get them more like efficient and so forth. But I'm making them cheap, which is good. So there's
as slick as possible.
And the other thing I've been doing for this first round that I'll talk about is Fallout 4 Nuka Vegas.
Ooh.
Or Nuka World, I should say. Yeah, I've talked about Nuka World before. You go to this theme park. There are...
Is that the one with that weird, stupid block puzzle thing you had to do, like Minecraft?
No. That was in Far Harbor.
Okay.
Far Harbor.
This is it's a bunch of raiders, and you can choose which group of raiders you want to take command of, the disciples or the operators or the pack. And there's this guy kind of running everything and trying to get you to, run the show and whatever. Anyway, I realized that what I did last time was I did a bunch of missions for the guy running the show, and then I was like, I don't want to be in charge of any of these groups, and you can also kill all the raiders and set the people in the market free because they're slaves. They got the slave collars on. So I was like, well, I'm just going to do that. So I set them free, and I killed all the raiders. Once you kill all the raiders, all the stories go away in Nuka World. So it's kind of frustrating because I got to do.
So how long would that take compared to doing the stories then?
Well, the killing all the raiders took about an hour.
Right.
Whereas the stories will take you probably 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah. So if you do the killing thing, that's it. There's no story.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about you're supposed to go in and do. Yeah, it gives you an option to do it in a moral way, but you're not supposed to be doing anything in a moral way. You're supposed to be doing missions for these raider groups. But here's the thing I realized, because I had looked at a list of all the different missions in Fallout 4, and I had done them all. Now there are these Radiant quests that the game will give you, and this is true of Bethesda overall. It's true about a lot of different developers. They'll, the railroad, for instance, if you go to help, robots who want to be free, they'll give you a mission that's like, oh, this person, we found a robot who's trying to make it into society. Go and help them, acclimate to human society. And you go in and there's raiders there. You kill off the raiders. You find the robot. You say, here's a package for you and go and be free. Those quests don't keep me going. I don't want to do those because I know that they're generated by an algorithm. You know what I mean? Like you just set it up, you go do it, and then they'll give you another one until the end of time. They'll just keep sending you out on those Radiant quests, right?
Right.
But if the exact same motions are connected to a story of some kind that wasn't generated by the computer, but instead it's like, oh, there's a very important person in this building. We need to get to them and deliver this package about their child or something. I will go and do the exact same actions because it's in the, it's wearing the clothing of this story. And it's really interesting to me that I need that, specific story to drive me to do a quest. Whereas if it's not, if it's just, oh, go save this robot, I'm not interested in that.
Now, you see, that's weird because Millie is a lot like that.
Yeah.
And I know this is a weird comparison, but Millie loves Lego, okay? Yeah. But only likes Lego if she has a kit and, like, instructions on what to build and everything. She's rubbish. If you just gave her a big pile of Lego, she wouldn't be interested in doing anything. She'd just be like, I don't want to do any of this. I want something to follow. I want a plan.
Right. It's interesting. Like when I'm in Minecraft, like if I don't know what I'm going to build, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like I'll wander around and, I'll make a house. But then after that, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And like, that's why I was looking at a book of Minecraft stuff the other day.
I was just about to say to you, if you had like a plan of something you could build in Minecraft, would you prefer that to coming up with, with something of your own?
Well, yeah, and there's this game called My Time in Portia, which, so far as I can tell, I haven't played it yet, but I think it is kind of like that. It's like it's got this stuff it needs you to do, and that's what's so great about Stardew Valley is that it's like fix up the farm, take care of the cows, whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's just weird to me that I need that kind of,
I think what's
telling me, go do this, go do that in a specific story-based way.
But then you enjoyed Rust, which is weird because that has literally no objectives, does it? That is kind of make your own shit up.
I'm an enigma that way.
Yeah, weird. Whereas, like I say, that does remind me of Millie, like I say, because Millie's very much needs plans, instructions. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Nuka World is I shouldn't say I didn't do any of the quest stuff before because there's like 5 different parts to the park. 5 different areas like Kitty World, and then there's the space area, and then there's the Old West, and you're supposed to go from one place to another, and you basically make it safe by killing all the ghouls or Mirelurks or robots or whatever it is, and then you plant a flag for whichever faction you want to control that area. Now, I don't know that you'll actually get to see the areas change and your people out front or whatever, but yeah, I remember those aren't about the raiders. You know what I mean? They're areas you go to fight off enemies and make them safe, and then you plant a flag. It has nothing to do with the raiders. So I'll be doing those, and I'm also exploring all the areas around the park that I hadn't done before.
Right.
I found a bunch of gunners that were hanging out on an overpass, and yeah. So, Nuka World's a good expansion. It seems like it is. I'm trying to think about the Fallout 3 expansions because Far Harbor is a lot like, I don't remember what the Point Lookout or whatever it was. There was
Point Lookout, yeah.
Yeah. And
there was Operation Anchorage, Point Lookout. There was Mothership Zeta.
Yeah, that was the science fiction one. There isn't really anything like that in Fallout 4.
There was Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, I suppose this is kind of like that because it's, a lot of factions and stuff. But I mean, I do think this is somewhat well done. It's just that if you don't want to be a raider, there's not nearly as much story. So, whatever.
Can I just ask?
Yes, ask.
I was going to just ask you, have you seen the announcement of the Outer Worlds this week?
I saw stuff about those things, but I didn't watch any of the actual trailers. So
because it's a new RPG by Obsidian.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good, I've got to say. And I must admit, as soon as I saw it, I thought of you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because it's got Fallout, overtones and sort of undertones, I guess, whatever you want to say. Yeah. And it looks a lot like Fallout, I must admit.
Well, any sort of post-apocalyptic RPG is going to look like Fallout, isn't it?
But set more on like alien landscapes.
On Obsidian owned by Microsoft.
Do you know? I have no idea.
I think Microsoft have just bought them.
Well, all right.
But they have implemented a kind of VAT system in it as well. So
didn't realize that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not exactly like VATs, but it's kind of similar. So yeah, I think you'd like. Well, looking at it, I think it's definitely something you'd probably be interested in when it finally comes out, whenever that may be in time. Who knows?
Well, I hope so. I'm always in the market for new games. Wait, no, I'm not.
No, you're not. Well, this might be the one. This might be the one, Duke, that makes you change.
Could be.
Could be.
It looks like Fallout as fuck.
It does, doesn't it? Didn't it just? Didn't it just? It could literally be Fallout.
God damn! Look at the ass on that main character. Jesus Christ. I mean, is this mic still? Oh, I thought that was muted. Sorry.
Oh.
God damn.
God damn. But yeah, it does look interesting. But I thought this is definitely a Duke thing.
We will see.
We'll see. We'll see. Right, we'll come to you, Chinny. What have you been up to?
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption.
Really? Do you know? I'd never know.
Red Dead Redemption is a video game by Rockstar Games.
Yeah. Is it good though?
It's very good. I enjoy it very much. You get to be a cowboy.
You sound like a cowboy.
It's very good. I do my best.
Way too much.
Cowboy
accent.
Are you
done with the game yet?
So the cowboy
bit. You haven't done with the game, never.
So I am on chapter 6.
On chapter. Well, I guess you're on chapter 5 last.
So can I ask you this? Have you been dividing your time between the main game and the online, or have you just been doing solely online this week?
At the moment, I'm doing this thing where I stream on Thursdays at 7 p.m. So I've been sticking to that. And the last 2 Thursdays, I've been streaming Red Dead Online, and that's the only 2 times that I've played Red Dead Online.
Okay.
The rest of the time, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2. However, due to life and stuff, I haven't had much chance to play it, but I am on chapter 6, which I believe is the last chapter. Then there's an epilogue after that. Yeah, so I'm in a very interesting point in the story. It's very, very cool what's going on, and I love it. The single player, I absolutely love it. I do find the online a little boring, I have to say. I don't know what it is. I tried to play it on my own, and I find it very boring. And I was playing it with Marsh, and I was like, wow, I don't really care about playing this that much.
Whoa, so even with playing with Marsh didn't help?
Yeah, I think we'll carry on for now, but like, there's only like 6 main missions, and then there's loads of like co-op stranger missions. And the way the co-op stranger missions work is, it's like they're all the same. They're all like, steal 4 things and then deliver them, and anybody on the map can kill you and steal those as well.
So almost like a bit MMO-ish in
a little
structure.
bit. It's very similar in GTA 5, by the way. There's missions where you rob a thing or steal a car, and people can jack that car. Real people can steal that car and claim it for themselves while you're doing it. So I suppose that's meant to add a certain amount of tension in the Wild West. But no one really bothers you about it, and yeah, and it's just the usual problems that you get with online, like, you know, you'd spawn in a city and everybody's shooting each other for no reason. So I'm not really blown away by the online on Red Dead, which is a little disappointing, because I thought that the Red Dead Redemption multiplayer on Red Dead Redemption, you know, the first one, not counting Red Dead Revolver, but I thought that online was very good, and I actually remember playing it for 24 hours worth of game time before I got back to the single player, because there's these.
Because there were people like playing it on the same system as you.
There's lots of people playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox. I don't have a short supply of people to play it with. I think it's just the structure of it doesn't really appeal to me anymore.
Do you not think, though, to an extent, when we played the original Red Dead Redemption,
yes,
we had a lot, I don't know, I'm not saying we've grown apart, but we kind of had this sort of clique of people that we played multiplayer quite a lot with, you know, like Mark Anix and, all the people from the 035s or, Gaming for the Elderly as
I think
it became.
there's elements of that, but I also
and there were loads of us, didn't we? We all used to get together, maybe 6 or 7 of us.
I think there's elements of like it's not that exciting to play anymore. Those types of multiplayer games, like I don't feel like I don't know. GTA Online has a lot going for it, and it's they can add a lot, and as the years went on, they went a bit sillier with the DLC. I'd be really curious to see how they're going to try and extend this. And my brother's argument, I think he was saying it's still a beta, and I'm not quite sure if it is a beta anymore. I don't know. But my brother found it really boring because the main character doesn't talk, which I thought was a good point.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
It is a bit weird in 2018.
I'm assuming the main character doesn't talk in GTA, do they?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's just a bit of a weird choice. They could have put a different story in it with a character. I don't know. Anyway, I just feel like I don't know. I don't know if I feel let down or just it's just a part of the game that I'm never really going to be playing that much of. But I played a lot of GTA Online, but would I say I'm like a massive fan of GTA Online? No. Does that affect how I think of GTA 5? No. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I know they're the same game, but they are treated like separate entities, and they're listed separately on Twitch, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like they treat them like separate games. So it doesn't really bother me that much that I'm not into it, because I'm not massively into GTA Online. I liked it.
No, I was just gonna say that you didn't hardly really play that, did you?
I played it quite a bit. I probably gave GTA 5 a lot more of a fair shout than I'm going to with Red Dead Online. But my opinion of GTA Online and my opinion of GTA 5 are two different things, really. And I think that's kind of how I feel with Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably one of the greatest games I've ever played, right? Like, just hands down, I absolutely love it. Look, granted, I'm a Rockstar fan. I know all the flaws with it, but fuck them, I love them, right? Like, I just love being in a Rockstar game.
Yeah, I love the waltz and all.
And whatever. I think, I won't go into Red Dead 2 too much, but I think it's really, really interesting to see what Rockstar does with an 8-year development cycle, because not many developers get a turnaround time of 8 years. So it's like really interesting, and what choices they make and what do they invest their time in. And it looks like to me they invested their time in just things like, dialogue options and real dynamic characters and dialogue, where the stranger missions, right, that acknowledge something in the game that's happened, but this thing that happened 30 hours in, and like random people, random tiny missions that aren't real missions acknowledge something about my character that I could have done that mission before that, and it's like, how did they know? You know what I mean? So the
algorithms and stuff that they build in.
For all the dialogue that you see, there's probably 10 times as much as you don't. When you walk across the camp and someone's mad, they have an argument, and if you follow that person, right, you can talk to them and they go, what was that about? Or you can, hey, don't worry about it. Or like when there's random side quests where like a drunk guy will come up to you and say, hey, can you tell me the way to my house? I think I live by there, but I don't know where I am. And he's drunk, and you direct him, and you can direct that person and off you go. Or you can follow that person and actually watch a whole scene play out where he's arguing with his wife, and then he throws up on his porch, and then he falls asleep. And it's like, I didn't have to watch that. And it makes you wonder, like, what do I miss when I play this game?
Well, I also think, and I know this is a weird thought, and I used to think this in GTA because it was very similar. Random people would be getting arrested for doing something.
Yeah.
And I used to just be like, but was that happening if I wasn't watching it? It is almost like that. Is that happening?
He cuts down a forest, and there's no one there. Does it make a sound?
I think it was GTA 4 was when they started doing this stuff. Like, I remember hearing a news article on GTA 4 where basically if you do a mission and you know when you have a conversation with a character in a car in that mission, right? If you have to do the mission again, you have to hear the same conversation again. But in GTA 4, they wrote multiple dialogues for every car journey.
Right.
So they would say different lines if you did the mission again, which is like crazy, right?
Yeah.
And it's like they've doubled down on that on Red Dead 2. Do you know what I mean? They've gone, fuck it, we're gonna put in loads of shit that everybody's gonna miss, but fuck it, we know it's in there, and it's unbelievable.
You see, what's weird for me is, and I know you're gonna poo me for this, but a lot of this stuff was in Deadly Premonition.
Oh God!
No, seriously though, seriously. When you used to drive around the town, there were people in the cars going places, and I'm like, where are they going? You know, and it'd have the little like name bubble.
Wait a minute. But, because there's people in the other cars going places.
Let me finish. That was only one aspect.
Yes.
But one of the other things you could do in Deadly Premonition, you could go and peep into windows and eavesdrop on what people were doing, and you go to a window, say at whatever time in the morning, and you'd pull the curtain back, or like peep in through the crack, and they're eating breakfast, having a conversation about stuff. Or that is similar. That is a similar thing to what they're doing now.
The difference is this is acted and fully animated rather than.
The difference is Deadly Premonition was already doing it before Red Dead
Oblivion had the same. They had guards going to their post at 8 a.m. Like this, Deadly Premonition didn't invent the idea of timed rotations for characters to be doing things.
Yeah, but if you didn't go and look through the curtain, you'd have never seen that scene, even though it was there to be seen.
You're right. Okay. Deadly Premonition is the greatest game ever. By the way, I want to let people know that I'm playing this game of Sigmar's Garden in Opus Magnum, and I'm about to clear the 50th. I'm about to win the 50th game of this. There it is.
There you go.
So
halfway to my 100 achievement.
Red Dead 2 is the greatest game. Probably one of the greatest games I've ever played. That's the end of that.
No, Deadly Premonition is
the
greatest game ever made.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you.
Every other game that's come since has been influenced by Deadly Premonition.
Sure.
Even the great Red Dead Redemption 2.
Whatever you need to tell yourself to make you fall asleep.
It's true. It is true. Right, I'm going to talk about something. Because
talk about it.
Chinny set me a task this week. He said, Stu,
yes.
You know that VR shit headset thing you've got? I want you to go and play some poker.
Right? Yes, I did.
So I was like, right, I'm going to do this. So I downloaded Poker VR because it's free. So that's okay. So I didn't have to pay any spoolies out. So I got that downloaded.
Nice.
Loaded it up. You get about $1,000, I think $1,500 to set you off. So I was like, right, do the tutorial, check how I look at my cards and how I bet and how I call and how I raise and how I check and all that kind of stuff. So I went through all the tutorial thing, which was great because you got like a quad of aces. So I was like, brilliant. I hope this happens in the main game because then I'm going to be loaded.
Would never happen.
So I thought, right, I'm going to get in, get online, get this done. So I set up a game. So I got that set up. Went to the and it just plonks you on a table, which you can see on screen now. There's all these people sat around there, and I had to obviously wait till the next hand started. And people were chatting with each other, and obviously it's got a microphone on the go, so you can like converse with people.
Speak on the go.
And there was a dude, and you can do you can see one of the dudes has got a watch, so you can see what time it is while you're playing, so you don't lose track of time completely, which is kind of cool. I thought,
can you have a mobile phone and link it to your own mobile phone?
Don't know, but that would be cool if you could.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be cool if you could. There's some dudes sat across me going, oh yeah, look, getting used to the Oculus, going playing this, it's pretty good. And dudes sat next to me and they were fist bumping and all this weird stuff, right?
Was you opposite Elvis?
I was. It was an American, so that was my best American accent. You've got to create an avatar as well. I should have talked about the avatar creation thing. You've got to.
Did you make it look like you, or did you make it a hot, attractive woman?
No, I tried to make it, but it was very limited. They're sort of more or less preset, and there's just a few variations in hairstyle and stuff. It wasn't great, but they had some weird stuff, like you could be like a tiger head or like a leopard head or something weird. It's a bit odd. So anyway, gets to the table, sits down, getting ready to play, and I thought, fuck this, I'm totally intimidated here, and just left and didn't do it. I just felt so intimidated because there was no and it was like $200 buy-in and whatever, maximum bet of whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna last about 3 seconds here. There wasn't any. I needed a beginner's table. There's no beginner stuff. There's no AI to play against.
It makes no difference about the money. Like just pretend it's 1,000 pennies, right? Like you can't let them bully you, right? Good players will bully you out of hand.
You didn't bully me because I didn't get a chance because I never even played.
Exactly, because you're too intimidated. But if you got like a decent high cards or cards that are near each other, like 5 and 6, or the same suit 5 and 6, you just play in, man. Fucking buy them in.
Yeah, I need to.
You need to learn how to play poker. It ain't my fault that you don't know how to fucking play poker.
I know how to play. I know the basic rules and stuff.
Yeah, you know the basic rules, but you don't. You only know how to be a bitch.
That's right. That's right.
You tell them.
So yeah, but that all being said, Chitty, I would imagine you'd love it because it is weird. You know, you sat at the table and you can do all this weird stuff like say fist bump people.
Well, the next time I see you in the flesh, Stu, I want to play it.
Well, I can bring it down the next time I bring it because obviously it's portable to go.
I think we should. I think we should make my dad play something and film him doing it because it'll blow his mind.
Yeah, what's kind of cool about this? You can see this that's on the video here. This is an actual proper poker tournament that they played in VR. So these are proper professional players playing.
Well, in the bottom left there on the video, that's Phil Hellmouth. Sorry, and he's quite a infamous or famous poker player.
So there you go. So these people are using this thing going, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think you'd like it, and it worked really, really well. I'm sure, it'll be fine. And what's kind of cool, it uses a lot of the, just like you look down and it automatically lifts your cards up to have a look at them. You just have to look down.
How much is the Oculus Go?
Time to be alive.
The Oculus Go is £199.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I managed to get it for £169 in the Black Friday sales stuff. So it was cheaper. And it works really, like I say, one of the best things. The other thing I did this week, although, I'll get onto all the games and stuff, but one of the other things, for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why, but Star Wars Episode 7 is on YouTube in full 3D. So you can just watch it, stream it, which is really weird. I'm not sure how they got away with that, but it's been on there for 6 months, like the full film in 3D. So I thought I'll try that out because you can obviously do it, and it works really, really well. It's like being at the pictures watching a 3D film. It works perfectly. So yeah, it's kind of impressive more for its.
It's a shame that it was Star Wars Episode 7, wasn't it?
It was a shame it was that particular film, but it looked really.
Or
really good.
any Star Wars film that has been released in the last 3-4 years has been pretty awful, to be fair.
Hey, I liked Solo. I liked Last Jedi.
Last Jedi is terrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie. That makes no sense.
Wasn't blown away. So yeah, as a thing that does other stuff.
Star Wars is generally pretty shit anyway.
Yeah, looks all right. 3D though. Looks all right.
Right. Is. Star Wars ain't that great.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to Duke. What else have you been up to?
Yeah, so there are a couple of Battle Royale games. Now, don't look, Chinny. Don't click on this, because I want to know if you can guess which Battle Royale games I've been playing.
One
of them is very new, and one of them is very old.
Fortnite?
Doesn't make sense. Nope, not Fortnite. Nope.
H1Z1.
Nope.
DayZ.
Nope.
No, that's not Battle Royale, is it?
Black Ops Blackout.
No, that's not new. Fortnite.
Nope.
I said Fortnite.
Oh, have you said that already? So it's obviously not PUBG or Fortnite.
Hold on.
I don't even know any
let me think about.
Okay,
let me think about.
Game. It's not that the Battle Royale. It's just a new Battle Royale mode in a very old game.
Really?
Yes. Huh. Counter-Strike Go.
Oh, they put a Battle Royale mode in.
So that's the first one, Shinny. You can open that one. Yeah, it's exactly what you would think from a Battle Royale mode on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's tough. First of all, it only has 16 players in it, and the map is obviously pretty small.
That's not really Battle Royale, is it?
It's not in the same sense. It's not very Royale. It's more of a Royale with cheese.
It's just deathmatch, isn't it? That's what that is.
Yeah, kind of.
So how is it Battle Royale different to Deathmatch then? What's the differences?
Oh, that's a good question.
You don't come back alive.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
Well,
that shut you up, didn't it?
Matches
yeah, I suppose.
You come back to life anyway. But anyway, yeah, it's you know, you have to run around and find your weapons. That's a difference because in Deathmatch you usually start off with a weapon.
Okay.
You have to break things apart. So there's that. I don't know why that guy didn't just break apart that crate. I didn't play it very much because I realized that I'm no good at these. But in any case, it's you know, it's Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive is apparently now free to play.
Okay.
All right, I want my money back.
I look forward to never playing that.
Yeah, Duke made me buy that, and I hate it.
I thought it was very interesting that they offer this new mode, and they offer new maps all the time for free. Yeah. And now the game is free. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not obviously a new game.
They make a lot of money from skins.
They do make
Oh, yeah, they do.
So,
hey, before you go on to the next one, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online has a Battle Royale mode.
Really?
Has that come online already?
That I played, yes.
What was it like then?
Crap.
And that's the thing is that, like, okay, so you can get stuff delivered to you via drone in this Battle Royale mode. So I'm imagining that people are constantly, I only played it a couple of times, but I imagine people are constantly watching the sky. And as soon as they see a drone, you follow it, and then wherever the person is, you just kill that person and take whatever they had for the drone.
Yeah, adds it's a vulnerability, isn't it? You need the supply drop, but then it also marks you on the map.
Exactly. So
what happens in Red Dead? Oh, sorry, I was going to say what happens in Red Dead 2? Does a horse turn up with stuff for you?
No. You basically it was Battle Royale, but it was on a very, very small scale, on a very small part of the map. It was like, I think it was like 15 players or something. It wasn't anything big. And the match that I played was like knives only. So like throwing knives only.
Interesting.
It wasn't very good. I actually won. The only match that I played, I won.
Cool.
So
show up.
That's funny.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah. Look at me, I'm the best.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest.
So, Counter-Strike Global Offensive Danger Zone is, I don't know. I mean, it's worth looking at if you have CS:GO, and if you don't, it's free. So there's no reason not to play it if you're interested. You know, I think that this game does whatever it does very well. It's just that it's not my type of thing.
Do you know what's funny? And I know this game continues to make a shit ton of money and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is starting to look dated. When I'm looking at that now, I'm like, wow, this game is starting to look really dated.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's never been known for its graphics.
No, it hasn't. But it is funny because it's a long time since I've looked at it, and I'm like, wow, looks a bit dated.
You know what else looks dated? Deadly Premonition. What's the next game there?
Shut up. Anyway, come on.
So then the other.
Do you want me to guess this?
Yeah, we're guessing this one.
You'll never guess it. No, you'll never guess it. You can try if you want. But...
Give me a clue. No, give me a clue.
Go on, let's try. Go on then, clue.
What
does it rhyme with?
Rhymes with. I don't even remember what it's called, to be honest. Rhymes with pling of helium. It's called Ring of Elysium.
Like, I've got to get that.
Well, that's why I said there's no point in guessing.
Pling of helium, I like it.
Anyway, yeah, it's what can I say? It's a lot like PUBG.
Yeah, it looks like PUBG.
Is it a space PUBG though, with a name like that?
It's a much bigger pill.
The twist is that it's winter.
It's snow.
And so there's snow everywhere.
It's a Christmas PUBG.
Woohoo! Mind you, they are doing a snow map, aren't they, on PUBG?
I don't know. Eric's trying to say something, Stu, which is more interesting than what you're saying.
The first time I played this.
Brilliant.
Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
I'm glad you're amusing yourself. The first time I played this, I won. You don't. It's not chicken dinner. You get to the helicopter. There's a helicopter that airlifts you out.
Okay. Only one person can get on the helicopter, or?
Well, 4 people can get on it, but presumably, if there's more than one and you're alone, you're all going to shoot each other.
Probably.
But you could presumably be like, "Hey, look, we're the last 2. Let's just get on."
You could. I suppose that could introduce, like, okay, we'll partner up.
Team type of thing.
Yeah, like an ad hoc, like temporary, like team squad situation.
So I won. I got on the helicopter and was flying away, and I was like, yes. And then they said the game goes, we will now enter. You now have access to playing with other people. And I was like, oh, those
were. Look at me! I did so well.
Yeah. And the other twist is you get to choose one of 3 packs when you start, and one of the packs has a glider in it. One of the packs has a snowboard in it, and I don't remember what the third pack has. But you know, they're ostensibly designed to.
The other pack has. I just looked it up online. The other pack has Barry Manilow in it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
At the Copa. So anyway, it's exactly like PUBG in every other respect.
It looks like PUBG. I'm watching him like it looks like.
Plays like PUBG. It is PUBG.
Apart from when the dude got a snowboard out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't freeze every 5 seconds, and the graphics aren't
Zing, zing,
and it's less buggy than PUBG.
Zing.
Whoa.
But you know, whatever. It's exactly.
I suppose the main difference is that
it's free.
Nobody's playing this
now anyway.
Yeah, the main difference is this doesn't make millions of pounds.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fine. I don't think I'll be playing it a whole lot.
But yes, they are. There was a thing I saw a news story saying that they're testing at the moment a snow map for PUBG.
Fantastic.
See, they're ripping this game off.
Yeah, they are. They are. They went, we need snow. Let's do snow. It's winter.
Yeah.
And it's snowing in Fortnite as well, apparently. There's been storm clouds brewing, and now it's snowing.
More stuff about a game I don't care about.
Yeah. Look, some people might. Oh, I want to play Fortnite.
Fuck Fortnite.
Snowy. Snowy. I love Fortnite. Such a great game.
Yep.
Have you ever played Fortnite, Stu?
That's it.
Nope. I have no intention of ever doing it.
Have you ever played Fortnite, Duke?
I played like half of one round.
Right.
Half of a round.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played a round. I got killed, and that was the end of it.
That's how shit that game is. Right. I'll go again. I have played other stuff. I played Red Dead 2 obviously a bit this week. I've not played a whole lot though, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk much about that because there's not a lot more to say. I'm sort of a bit further on. I've done a few more side missions. I'm trying to think if anything crazy happened, but not really. I'm trying to think now. What did I do? I did do something stupid, but I can't remember what it was. And ended up getting a bounty for some, like trying to help someone, and then ended up with a bounty. Oh, I know what happened. Yeah, that happened. I was riding along the road, and you know you get the people at the side of the road going, "Can you help me?" And usually you have to give them a lift somewhere. And this dude literally pulled me off my horse and stole my horse.
Yeah.
What?
And I was like, "You bastard!" So I shot him. Luckily, I managed to shoot him before he did a runner with my horse. So I got the horse back, but then I got witness shooting him. So then some dude went running off, so I had to try and catch the witness, and then I caught the witness and sort of threatened him. But as I was threatening him, I got witnessed by someone else.
Yeah.
And before I fucking knew it, the law was on my frigging case. So that happened. And also, I was in a town and happened to just catch my right trigger by mistake. So, you know, you just inadvertently catch and shot my gun. And then fucking had the law chasing me down for that as well. For shooting me gun off. I didn't even shoot at anyone.
Yeah.
Just shot it in the air. And fucking before I knew it, I had a bounty for that as well. I was like, fucking fuckers.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you prematurely ejaculate in the middle of town.
I just accidentally. Anyway, I'm going to talk about another VR game which I actually really, really like. It's not perfect, but it's the closest to Beat Saber I've played on the go. I've been looking for a Beat Saber kind of game, and this is it.
Have you been smashing the beats?
I've been smashing the beats, and it's pretty good.
It's called Smash the Beats.
Smash the beats. The built-in tunes are okay, so there's no major problem. There's 15 of them. And there's a further variety. This is a bit shit because they do have this shield thing. Like, I'm like, who wants to use a shield? But luckily they do have a lightsaber, which is what everybody wants. Who cares about a shield, man? Yeah. And they have this weird hammer thing. So there's about 3 or 4 different things you can use as your tools.
Right.
But what they did, which is really clever, and I really quite like this, to add complexity, because you've only got one tool. You know, obviously, in Beat Saber, you've got 2 controllers, so you have 2 sabers to do different things, and you can hit different sides with each saber, and they have to cross hands and all that kind of jive. Yeah. Well, you can't really do that. So what they've done is they were very clever. So they have orange notes and blue notes, and you have to press the trigger to switch between orange and blue.
It's kind of like Ikaruga.
Ikaruga, it is kind of like Ikaruga. That's a very good comparison.
Ikaruga is a shmup game where you have to swap from light to dark in order to match the enemies.
There you are. The beat matching is really, really well implemented. I had to figure out how to put MP3s onto the Go because I had no idea.
And how do you do that, Stuart?
It's a fairly simple process. So you have to plug it in your computer.
All you got to do, plug it in your computer, update the software, and then you got to do it on one foot because of the signal, right? And then you got to contact NASA, right? And Neil deGrasse Tyson himself has to personally upload it on his end, and then John Lennon comes from heaven and downloads the files.
That's absolutely exactly.
It's just very simple.
Works.
It's very simple.
Very simple. No, it is very simple. So you have to. There is a couple of steps you have to take though. So you have to plug it in your PC. Once you've done that, you have to then stick the headset on.
Here we go.
And you've got to allow permission to access the folders on the go.
Unbelievable.
Then you have to turn that off, and then you plug it in again, and then it just comes up like a standard drive. Like any other drive.
I'd have put it in the bin, Stu. Put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin. And you basically just drop the files into the music folder and away you go. So they just appear in the game.
Sounds complicated. Too complicated for me.
It is too complicated. But then you have to let it compose. So that can take up to a couple of minutes. So you sort of matches all the beats.
Stu,
works it all out. And it's pretty fucking good.
I have a question about this game, Smash the Beats.
Yeah.
It looks wank, but in Beat Saber you have like a direction on the block flying towards you. Do you know what I mean?
Which you do on this.
Which you do on this. But I'm watching the video of this person playing it, and it kind of looks like in Beat Saber you kind of like really swiping those blocks and they chop in half and things like those cool physics on the blocks. This just it doesn't look like it matters which way it hits the blocks.
No, you still have to hit them at the right angle, otherwise it doesn't register the hit. But you're right, it isn't quite as, and that's probably my only real. Well, there's a couple of minor gripes. One is that it would be better if they just chopped in 2. That would be cooler.
Let's face it, it's a cheap knockoff.
It is, but it does a pretty good job. And the other trouble is because there's no haptic feedback in the controller, because there's no rumble or anything like that. There isn't any feedback to tell you when you've hit it perfectly or whatever, and there isn't an actual noise when you hit them. So there is a couple of updates. This could be really, really good. As it stands, it's still pretty good, and it's kind of energetic. It says you can play sitting down, but I found it way better just standing up, and having a bit of a jig while I was playing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's quite. I had a bit of a workout. I had a little bit of a sweat on playing this. So yeah, and
Dick Butt doesn't approve of this game.
And it's kind of psychedelic. The actual light show is pretty good. Like I say, the beat matching for your own music worked really, really well, especially with dance music. It obviously worked better with that. And Cafe Del Mar was perfect. Worked really, really well. So yeah, I totally recommend it. If you've got to go, this is definitely the best of the versions of Beat Saber. Few more updates, it'd be great. Anything else from you, Duke? Back over to you.
Nope, I'm all done, baby.
Back over to me. I've been playing quite a bit more of Augmented Empire. I continue to enjoy that game. I've got to say, it does get better as it gets more complex. So the more members of your team, the battles get more tactical.
So just to remind listeners what this game is, this is the XCOM / it's XCOM gameplay, Bioshock aesthetics.
Yeah.
Game on the Oculus Go. Is that correct, Stuart? Is that correct?
It is totally correct.
Brilliant. Because the thing is, it's been a week since the listeners listened to the show.
I know.
And it's been a week since you talked about this game to me, and I had no idea what it was. So I had to remind myself and the listeners. You can thank me later.
It still plays well. I'm liking, as the game goes on, obviously the battles are getting a little bit more complex, and I have lost once and had to restart a battle because it was.
Is it what do they call it? You know, when your character dies, he's dead, because that was a big feature in permadeath.
Yeah, there's no permadeath.
There's no permadeath, right?
No, you just fail and you have to do.
Because you make all your characters. You make like Stu and Eric, and then they die, and you couldn't do anything about it. So there's none of that then.
Nope. No. And I'm still compiling my team, so I'm still getting the rest of the team together.
Right.
But it's a lot like, it reminds me a little bit of Mass Effect, because you've got to remember to upgrade your team as well.
Which you didn't do in Mass Effect.
Which I didn't do in the original Mass Effect, and couldn't understand why I kept dying so often.
Yeah.
But in this, I've obviously learned. I've learned as I've got older.
You're growing, Stu.
I am growing.
And you're growing.
So I'm now assigning, different powers to members of my team.
Beautiful.
I've just got a guy who can remotely take control of enemy robots and drones and stuff, and he's kind of cool.
This is Bioshock, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and he's a bit crap at obviously dealing out normal damage with his. He only knocks off one health thing if he shoots someone, so he's much better used to sort of take control of other things. And you can use that as an offense, or rather than just using them to shoot, you can throw a grenade and then put them in the blast radius and stuff like that. So you can, use it other than just sort of shooting at people, which is kind of cool, or attacking the enemies, which I kind of liked about it. So that's kind of cool as well. But it's very,
my question
very cool.
Still stands, Shu. Would you play this if it was just on Steam?
No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't have been something I would have been looking to play. I would have thought, it'd probably be all right, but it's not my kind of game.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, not totally my kind of game. But yeah, I would have probably given it a go if there was a demo, maybe. But you're right, I would never have thought to play this. But as it happens, I'm really quite enjoying it. So yeah, it's really good, and I like the combat. I don't mind it. It's not too complicated. Do you know what I mean? The difficulty comes in timing, because obviously the timing, you have got a time, it's a bit like a golf game, the sort of marker moves, and you got to hit the bar. If you're trying to pull off something cool, like a headshot, then you've obviously only got a tiny little area that you can hit, and it moves really fast. And
you've got a bar and a little line that moves within that bar, and you've got like a sweet spot, but then you've got an extra smaller sweet spot for fancier headshots and shit.
Like a critical hit or whatever. And then you get special powers, like one of my characters has got like multiple shots, so they do 3 shots in one go, but it moves really fast, and the area you've got to hit is quite small. But if you pull it off, you can deal loads of damage. So it's kind of that risk-reward strategy. So yeah, it's good, really, really good. So I'm really, really enjoying that. And then the final thing I played this week, I am probably never going. Well, I'm definitely not going to play it again when Millie's in the house. Should we say?
Okay. Is it a pornography game?
No, and it's a game called. Well, it could be by the title. Yeah, it's called Play With Me. It's called Play With Me. So who knew? Maybe it is, but it isn't. No, it's basically. I think it's basically a bit like Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I've never played that game. So it's kind of you're in a house with a very scary clown, and you've got to collect candles. So you've got to search this house in first person and find these candles in the house to beat the game and then escape. But obviously the scary clown is sort of creeping up on you all the time. And appears in front and out of the corner of your eye, and frig me, it is creepy as all hell.
Well, yeah, it's all dark room that you're walking around in.
Oh yeah, and they've done actually a really good job of implementing the controls. Again, you've got to stand up to play it. You can't play this game sat down because you've got to turn a full 360.
This chap's sitting down. He's in a swivel chair.
Yeah, but you've got to be able to turn around. So he's okay.
Swivel chair, you're okay.
Yeah, he's in a swivel chair, but I obviously have a sofa which doesn't spin around. So I can't do the full spin because obviously you walk in the direction that you're looking.
Yeah.
So you just pull the trigger, you hold the trigger on the controller, and that moves you forward. And obviously wherever you look is where you move to.
Right.
But yeah, it's extremely dark. As you can see, the scary clown just came completely in his face, and it's frigging horrible when that happens.
I beg your pardon.
Imagine so.
It really is a porn game. But yes, as I was playing, and it does a complete, really quick restart when you do get caught by the clown. It starts you off again straight away. But Millie is horrible. I was playing the game.
She played with you. She came up behind you while you were playing it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she came in and they were messing around. I could hear him in the kitchen, so I didn't realise she was in the same room. She'd obviously crept in while I was playing the game. I'm like, oh, my God, the creepy clowns. And then came and literally screamed about an inch from my ear. And I'm not kidding you. I was literally nearly hanging off the ceiling. She made me jump that much. And I was just like, what are you doing, you stupid idiot? Right,
you are
and then,
mother's daughter. You've trained her
yeah,
well.
Yeah. And then stupidly, instead of going, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to play this while Millie's doing stupid shit like that, I was like, oh, I'll have another go, see if I can get like 5 more candles or whatever. And then she proceeded to do it again. So not only did she make me nearly jump once, she did it twice. And filmed me at the same time so she could Snapchat my reaction.
Oh, sweet. Send it to Chinny. We want to see
a screenshot of it.
I need to get footage of that.
Yeah, well, there is footage somewhere around about because it's me being very scared by this game. And I'm not sure I'll play it again because it's frigging... And it was made... What's kind of cool, it was made by students as a project at university.
Okay.
So some students made this, and it's really, really totally free. You know, if you want to be scared, give it a go because it's bloody horrible.
I'm not really into being scared, to be honest.
No, awful thing, awful. No. And I don't know why. Yeah, I know it's only a clown, but it's just so well done. You know, like it just like out of the corner of your eye, you just see it run across or just appears and disappears and stuff, and it's just so creepy. And I'm not sure whether you can avoid it by, say, not looking at it or whatever. I don't know whether that's possible. Whether you can sort of... You see, it's just there. Did you see? Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. And I think that is for me, everything I've played this week. But I'll tell you what, the Oculus Go continues to impress me.
I'll look forward to playing it.
Very good. The resolution's great. And it just works really well. And Wander is excellent. It's not a game, but if you've got one, download Wander. It's brilliant. Which is basically Google Street View, but you can look around and go anywhere you like. So it works really, really well. So there you go. That's it for me. So yeah, I suppose we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we move on to news? We have got some little news. I always
putting news first.
Walking Dead final season rises again.
Oh snap!
Oh my god! I won't turn off ad blocker. You fuck.
Ugh.
I don't know. Something about in January. It's gonna be coming out.
So basically, episode 3 of The Walking Dead final season has got a release date in January, and it's going to be done, finished, and released in January.
Is episode 3 the last episode then?
No, there's 4. So there is another one after that. So yeah, but they're on with it. So obviously they're working hard, and yeah, it's coming out. So you know, people who are like, oh, we're never going to find out what happens to Clementine's story will be finished, and obviously this is a definite sign of that because it's definitely coming. It's done. So people get excited. If you bought the season pass, don't worry, you'll get to play the whole of the experience.
Get excited because you just can't hide it.
I wonder if it's going to be any different than had it been released by Telltale. You know what I mean? Whether they've actually changed anything or is it exactly the same as it was gonna be. You know, I guess we'll never know. I guess
we'll never know.
The other two are boring pieces of news.
Yeah, but you know, I like to give you. Some
you're creeping them in. That's what you're trying to do.
There's 3 stories, 3 things.
I just sneezed.
Achoo!
You did a good job of covering that. I never heard it.
Thank you. Steam. That's the news, and the other news is a game.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's a good big announcement though. That man, I'm very excited.
No, I'm more excited for Dreams.
Look, I know you're not, but this is an exciting piece of news.
I want Dreams to happen. I want
you know,
Dreams.
All the people who like weird games out there will be.
Dreams is a weird game.
It is, but it's not Judge Eyes, which is going to be called Judgment in the West.
No.
Or Project Judge or whatever.
No.
Yeah, so the Kamurocho So the place that's in Yakuza games has got a new character, so it's a new game based in the same place. I did talk about this because I had to get set up some weird Japanese account to play the demo.
Is this the judge game? Where you're the judge?
Yeah, the judge.
Okay.
The judge. So you're more like a vigilante, so it should be kind of cool. So you're not a Yakuza, obviously. You're this vigilante law person who's trying to help people in the game. So although it's the same setting, it's a completely different type of game. What's interesting is that they're actually got English dialogue.
Is that interesting, is it?
It is, because none of the Yakuza games have ever had English voice actors.
Okay.
They've always been in Japanese, and you have to play it with subtitles, so that's always been the way. For whatever reason, they've decided it's time to bring in some sort of English voice actors. So Do you
think it's because the Yakuza games have done pretty well over here?
Yeah, I think obviously Yakuza games are definitely...
So is it that weird?
In a way, I guess, but they have made sure you can play with English dialogue and Japanese dialogue and English subtitles or whatever.
Apparently the dude, the judge man, right, the main character that you play as, he's a very famous actor in the Japan area. Yeah, he's like a really famous actor.
Oh yeah, I mean these games have brilliant voice actors. You know, when you play them.
No, he's not a voice actor. He's an actor.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are. A lot of the actors who play the characters in Yakuza games are big actors. You know, these guys, they get some really good talent to play the characters in these games.
I'm not arguing with you, Stu. I'm agreeing with you.
I know.
No, see, the difference is there's a lot of good actors.
There is. And I'll tell you what, I'll probably be playing it with Japanese dialogue and the British subtitles or English subtitles.
You're such a hipster.
I know, but I don't know, I just like that authenticity. That's how the game was made. Originally, that's how I want to play it.
Dub that shit.
No, I don't know.
I will. I sound like I'm being a twat, which is true, but
you do sound like being a twat.
I will give the Yakuza games a go. I think. I just haven't got round to them, but I will.
If you had the PlayStation Plus, you could have been playing Yakuza Kiwami now, couldn't you?
I don't care about that. I will play them at some point. I definitely will, and I'll play them in order of 0, 1, 2, Kiwami, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I will get to it.
Yeah,
just to give it a go. Just give it a
go. You never know.
I'm always open to changing my mind.
I think, and that's how you should be. I like that, an open mind. Minds are like parachutes; they work best when they're open.
Yeah.
There you go. A bit of the old office speak for you there. You can use that one, Ginny, at work if you like. I'll let you have that.
Derek Science is in the chat.
I know.
He says, it's my work Christmas party this coming Friday. Is anyone else going to these yearly excuses for eating too much and getting drunk with your colleagues? Unless you're Chinny.
We have one at our school. We don't have them at the school, but sometimes a teacher will host one.
I had a Christmas meal on Saturday, but it wasn't for work. My work Christmas meal is it next week or the week after? I don't know.
So what are you treating them, Chinny? Where are you taking everybody?
Just a meal.
That's it?
Yeah, it's a nice
McDonald's?
meal. No. Kentucky? Yeah, it's next Wednesday. Yeah. No, it's just a nice meal at a nice restaurant. They all get a meal.
They all get
a meal. I gotta treat yourself, have one course each. Go mad.
Have one course. You're allowed one drink as long as it's non-alcoholic.
Yeah. It's gotta be from the special menu as well.
Yeah, no free bar going on here.
Preferably a starter as well. That'd be grand. Yeah. So,
but I don't buy none of that expensive shit.
Are you going on a Christmas meal with anybody, Stu?
Nope.
There you go. Well, fuck that conversation then.
Hate Christmas. I hate it. No, I don't hate
Christmas. I fucking love Christmas.
Ginny loves a bit of Christmas.
I do.
So what are you plans? Talking of Christmas, what are your plans for Christmas Day?
Well, usually my Christmas Day is, for the past 15 years, is driving around everywhere. I drive around everywhere and see everybody.
Yeah.
But
different
Tara said, "Can we just be?" Tara and I have never been together all day on Christmas ever. Like, I've always seen her every Christmas, but we've never spent the whole day together. We always
just on your own. On your own.
No, not on our own. But we always split up, and she goes to her mum's, and I go, you know what I mean. And she says, "Oh, this year, why don't we just stay together?" So we're gonna go around my mum and dad's for a bit, and then basically spend most of it at her mum's, and then Boxing Day I'll be with my family and all that sort of stuff. So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Chinny. Now you're married.
Yeah.
You know, you've been together for quite a number of years. You know, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Is it getting to that point where you're like, I have no idea what to buy Tara for Christmas, or are you still okay? Do you still know what you're doing? You know, and keep surprising her.
I do surprise her now and again. But this year we've agreed not to really get much. I said I'll get her some clothes and I'll get them with her because she wants clothes. Like when you think about stuff like spending money on things, like, well, I said, well, is there anything you actually need? And she went, oh, I need some clothes. I want some clothes. So I was like, all right, we'll get some of that. So takes the excitement out of it a little bit, but
yeah. And Dukey doesn't do any Christmas stuff.
No.
Nope.
Because he's a Buddhist and he's all like, "Hey man, we should be grateful for every day, man. What the fuck,
man? Fuck it."
But I know Christmas is fun.
Duke, do you have any Christmas dinner at all, or do you just treat it like any other day of the year?
Yeah, I kind of just treat it like any other day.
It's just weird. But
you appreciate the time off, though, surely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more time to play games. That's
and I'm not sending any.
Having time.
Usually I send out Christmas parcel. I sent one to Duke one year.
You did?
To you, Sue, and to Greg DeLacy. This year I'm not doing anything.
No, don't blame you, man. Don't worry. Although the year you did it was very cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it every year, though. That'd be
No, because then what's the surprise?
Yeah. Catch you off your guard.
No surprises. Right. I suppose we should move on to some emails. Let's do some of those.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Whoa, that ruled. Got quite a few this week, so let's get going.
Bring it.
Yeah, first one this week is from Duke's South Dakota neighbor.
Okay.
So he says this. Dear veteran gamers.
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah. Chinny, I appreciate all of your help you tried to give last week in trying to convince Duke to play Subnautica. After hearing it, I thought I might give you the compliment of letting you know I do really care about your opinions and would love it if the next time you get that prison architect itch, you download some RimWorld and give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, he tried to convince you to play Subnautica. How are you feeling about the RimWorld thing?
I do.
Oh, sorry.
I don't really enjoy rimming.
Or a world of rimming, for that matter.
No, I will give RimWorld a go. I think that is a fair. You know what? People take the time out to listen to this show. So if somebody wants me to play something that they think I would like, not like, oh, you should play Deadly Premonition because, you know, like something that like they think, oh, no, Chinny will be into that. That's cool. I should give that a go. So, yeah, RimWorld. Yeah, I should play RimWorld. But
yeah, give RimWorld a go.
RimWorld might, because every Christmas I always sort of like play like a game just from left field. So one year I played Gone Home. 1 year I played, is it To the Moon?
To the Moon?
Yeah, and I just have a day where I just play a game that I just wouldn't normally play. That's kind of like a Christmas tradition now. I think last year or the year before it was Hotline Miami.
You love that game.
I absolutely love that game. Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. Yeah, so maybe I'll make RimWorld the game. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
So he says this. He continues, I think you would truly love this game and would love to hear your opinions. Sadly, I have no game recommendations for Stu, as he just doesn't like the type of games I'm into. It's probably true. He might not be, though. You never know. There might be something. Might be something. As for you, Duke, on Chinny's advice from last week, I have killed 4 puppies. Killed 4 puppies.
Yeah, 4 puppies. Okay.
I tried to do one a day, but it was making me sad. So from here on out, I will only kill 1 puppy for each week that you do not play Subnautica.
Okay.
That's not as bad.
Puppies.
That's not as bad. You have 1 week, Duke. 1 week.
I don't give in to terrorists.
I know.
That's the only thing you've got in common with George W. Bush.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh,
okay.
while I remember, because I have a very forgetful sort of personality trait, I was listening to a podcast today, and people who listen to this podcast might be interested as well. It's a podcast about ISIS.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is it
How that's understood?
Is it Caliphate or something like that?
Caliphate, yeah.
So Caliphate is basically like the I don't want to go too much into it just in case I get it wrong or offend anyone, but basically it's like the ultimate perfect state that ISIS want to create. Do you know what I mean? Where everything's great.
Yep.
And the name of the podcast is Caliphate, and it's a journalist who has had like death threats and all sorts of stuff because of her investigations into ISIS. It's basically the question poses, who is ISIS?
Yeah.
Like, who are they? So that podcast is called Caliphate. The logo is like split in half. It's like half that woman, the journalist woman, and half a picture of, I'll just drop my phone, half a picture of like, I don't know, some ISIS thing. It's a very good podcast. I thought I would recommend it while I remember. Thank you very much. I'm done. Caliphate.
There you go. Right, anyway, next email. Here we go. It is off. Oh, God. Here we go.
Go.
It is off the Great Owl. It's a complete wall of text, and he's already berating me because I've had a pre-read through this because it's such a big email.
I love Jason.
For stuttering reading his emails.
Uh-oh.
They're not easy emails to read. In
they're not. They're not.
They're purposely convoluted.
And the wall of text. So here we go.
Here we go.
It's entitled First Heavy Rain, Now Deadly Ducanition. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Hey, veterans.
Hello.
Yeah.
Your old friend Jason here. You know, the horse wanker.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We all know the her at Bosswave filled that position as soon as Red Dead dropped its horse duties on his home theater system in stunning 4K.
I'm a little behind on gaming podcasts, but I did listen to the episode where I listened to the episode where the Bosswave sliced Red Dead, and I listened to the episode after where they didn't. I mean, they like it, but they've got loads of issues with it. And Jason basically piped in and said, "You're all wrong," because Jason is in my camp and he thinks it's like one of the greatest games ever made. He's also a Texan, so he's into cowboy shit, which is not a privilege that I have.
What were the main complaints then?
I think generally it's just kind of like how slow it is, how boring it can be, the animations. I have heard this from many people where it feels like sometimes, and I felt like this, it feels like sometimes when Rockstar make a game, it feels like a practical joke on the gamer. Because it's like, yeah, we're going to make you do this, right? So we're going to make you search every drawer, or we're going to make you, you know what I mean? It feels like a joke of, it's a poor use of your time is their main complaint. When I actually thought about their complaints, was like, it doesn't really, use your time very well. It takes a long time to do things. I don't think, like Verbal Rob, for example, has played a lot of it and really enjoys it. So they like the game, but they had a lot to say about it. And generally, and I absolutely love the guys at the Bosswave, they're friends of ours, but generally they do have a kind of negative view on bigger games, I would say. I mean, you could argue Verbal Rob likes Yakuza, but I would also argue that's kind of left field. It's not as mass market. Stu, you have this same trait, when something's massive and mass market.
Not necessarily, no.
I wouldn't say you hate it. I say you tend to sway towards the more niche stuff.
No, I'm not into the more cliched first-person COD type shooter things. You know what I mean?
But like I would argue that Red Dead and sort of popular games is like you not kind of like things that people are that's a little bit more undiscovered.
I like that, but also I don't want to be misunderstood here, because it's not about popularity. It's about being a bit more different and unique. I don't like the carbon copy stuff, stuff that you've seen before, or stuff that's doing the same thing. I like the more interesting stories and things like that, which Red Dead has got. So I'm absolutely fine.
Fair enough.
With that.
But back on the Bosswave.
Anyway,
But back on those, I was gonna say like generally like in a funny way, they tend to sort of like really criticize things. Seth was on that show, and he was really positive, and he's quite like up on the game. And Chris and Verbal Rob like it. Pilch does not like it at all. It's fine. I think people say to me like, oh, you know, have you heard that people don't like Red Dead? I'm like, you know, the game's massive. People are gonna hate it. You know, I'm quite used to people hating things that Rockstar do, because there are some things that Rockstar do that really, really great people, and I don't really bother with it. Doesn't bother me, so I don't really mind, but I understand.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It continues. Settle down, you numpties. I'm only joking. Robin is the coolest tree hugger I know. Well, he doesn't actually hug the trees or even hunt them. He kind of just runs smack dab into them, then blames his horse. He does have a dumb horse, though. Do you know, that has happened to me a few times where he's setting off from camp, he's starting to a camp, and he just runs smack bang into a tree, and I'm like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to escape from the law, and he runs in a tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, can there not be some sort of collision avoidance here, you know, where it just swerves the tree rather than running straight into the tree?
It does swerve some stuff, like when like definitely the first camp, there's a lot of trees as you're riding it. It does sort of like go around them. But it does, I will say that for the game, it does kind of pick and choose what it avoids and what it hits.
Yeah, what it runs into. And then flings you off and to do some sort of platform.
I've got like a montage of me flying off that horse, you know.
Well, we saw that happen, especially when you're doing the auto thing and you just run smack bang. I had it into a train. There was a stop train on the track. Yeah. Just ran straight into the train.
But it's also funny as well. You know,
it is
like
kind of
fun. GTA
Can your horse
5.
Be killed by that?
GTA 5 has a button for ragdolling. I don't know if you remember this.
That was Kay's favourite bit. Throwing yourself down a hill.
So when you look at it that way, you kind of it is kind of funny. Annoying but funny.
Annoying but funny. Who uses a freaking DLC horse? You'll better be out there earning a good horse, finding the right one. You'll know it when you see it. Maybe you're being chased by a bear or a Missouri foxtrotter runs alongside you. You both fall off a cliff and barely make it out alive. So you tame it while the bear is eating your posse. Your name is Eastwood. I know. I don't know, but don't use the DLC horse.
Yeah, I think what he's getting at is like create a backstory for your horse, which he mentioned on the bus drive. I tried to name my horse Dickbutt, but it wouldn't allow it. So I named
you said that.
I named it like Spot or something like that, something dumb.
Yeah. What did I name mine? I'm trying to think what mine's called now. Frank. Mine's called Frank something or other. Because Millie said if she ever gets a dog, she's going to call it Frank because she wants a sausage dog. Yeah. Like Frank. So I called Franklin. So I called my horse Franklin.
That's a good name. It's also one of the characters from GTA 5.
There you go. I didn't even think of it that way. I was just doing it because I was like, what can I use that's a horsey name?
Yeah.
So
I should have named my horse Nico.
Yeah.
Nico. Yeah, that would have been cool. Stu, I wouldn't invite Robin to do the Batman trick for you in the Old West. He's losing his touch, man. Well, at least he's got that hair. Damn fine hair, and he's a pretty good guy overall. Anyway, I have to admit something to the Dukinator. As a big fan of a sweary, as I am, as Stu started stuttering yet, dude can't read. I made one little mistake there, by the way. I was trying to avoid any. Well, who knows? I have yet to play The Missing, waiting on a sale. You see, I was harassing that short-fused, defunct podcasting dingleberry Francis York Eric Piotrowski for not playing Sweary's Game Award nominated for Impact Masterpiece, The Missing, which, by the way, Sweary freaked out that I didn't mention nominees, which is criminal that I don't, by the way.
The Missing.
Yeah. I proclaimed, this game shows your ideals, Duke, so play it.
Yeah.
See, that's
not happening. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, Sweary saw my message to Duke. Unfortunately, he saw Duke's reply to me, which was somewhat of a heavy rain rant via obscene gifs saying the game would not win an award and he had no intention of ever playing it.
Nope.
It's not very nice, Duke, when you've got the developer seeing that tweet that you're sending out. It's a bit not nice. I never thought Duke's loud voice could come across in a GIF, but I was wrong. Me and Sweary and all his followers heard him loud and clear. A cruel humanitarian, that Duke. Ooh.
Good way to put it.
You out, man. He's calling you out.
It's all right. He's not the first. Won't be the last.
Yeah, he's kind of making out you're a bit of a hypocrite, I think, is what he's doing right there.
Lots of people say that.
Yeah. Stu. Okay. Yeah, Stu, next time you see that Wisconsin in my pants cheese smuggler, you better whack him upside his shiny cranium with your copy of Deadly Premonition until he breaks down and cries like an old oversized shit in his diaper man baby.
Yes.
Wow, that is a picture right there.
Very creative.
I've got that sort of mental image of you in a diaper full of shit for some weird reason now. Who knew? Make him play the sweary hits like he would that turd of a game Skyrim.
Whatever. Don't be talking about Skyrim, dude.
Feed him tacos and coffee. Chain him to the entertainment center and throw him a few socks until he's completed every game. After all, he hurt the poor guy's feelings.
Yeah, whatever. I think he'll be okay.
I gotta go, guys. Time to get back on Eastwood. He's been a good horse. Well, ever since my last one died crashing me into that big-ass old oak tree. Just kidding. I know how to steer a horse at Boss Wave. Bet those Boss Wavers were happy about the politics at the Game Awards. It's okay, though. I respect Cory Barlog a lot. Even though we all know Rockstar was robbed like a bloody golden train, freaking Kratos rolls boy off his tongue and gets Game of the Year.
Boy.
As Arthur Morgan would say, it's all right, boy.
It's all right, boy.
Laters. Gonna send Pilchard an invite to Red Dead Online. Can't wait to get his posse on Broadway. Don't forget Taco Time.
On Broadway.
Don't forget Taco Time. You deserve it, Jason.
Yeah. Taco Time.
I think I did all right though, considering.
Not bad. Thank you, Jason, as always. Emailing in the show. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, I enjoyed hearing him on the Boss Wave. Sean Thiel says, "Was I?" In the chat there.
We always say hello. Right, okay. Next email is also off Jason, but it's one sentence, so that's always good. One sentence. He says, "Start show early. I have to clean house, and any Android game recommendations appreciated."
Android games.
Android games.
Low free. It's a great game.
Tara's playing a lot of those sort of brain training games at the moment. I had a go on one on Saturday. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called though. Sorry, that doesn't really help.
Yeah, you see, I very rarely play games on my phone now.
No, I play balls now and again.
Balls.
Yeah, I play balls. That I like you just said, Stu. I don't really like playing games on my phone. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it.
Yeah.
Don't enjoy it.
Don't enjoy it.
No.
Smash Hit. That's a good game. You remember that? Did you play that with the ball bearings?
No.
That was pretty good.
Oh. Yeah.
Flow Smash game, man. I'm on like a 215-day streak at this point.
What's that?
It's the game where you connect the dots.
Oh, dots.
No. It's called Flow Free.
Oh, Flow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did like Flow, but I don't know. Balls is my favorite game.
Balls. Yeah, I've not played that in a long time.
Nope, I think I deleted it.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I think the trouble with Android games, they're more like a fad, aren't they? You know, that you play for a while and then you're like, because everyone's doing it, and then you're like,
I like the Simpsons tapped out stuff, but I just got bored with it and deleted it.
It just felt like the Sims. I mean, the thing I like about Flow is you start it up, 10 seconds later, it's ready to go. Simpsons tapped out took quite a bit to.
Sean Thiel brings up a point. There's a Red Dead companion app, and I've never tried it actually.
Interesting.
I'm gonna download that now. Actually,
I remember
download it.
Came out, and I had my iPod Touch. Like I was so into Skyrim that I would download apps that have just the map on it, just so I could feel like I was closer to Skyrim.
Well, you could do that on Fallout 4. You could have a companion app and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Pit Boy, is it? Pit Boy on it? Yeah. Right, let's carry on. The next one's off Derek Sands.
Wayward Stewart.
Derek Sands. And he says this. 1 divided by 20 equals disappointment. Ooh. Kind of like the actual title there. Sounds kind of cool. Hey, hello, veteran gamers.
Hello.
Is it me you're shooting for with your email?
Apologies in advance if I offend any of your listeners or viewers, but I am going to use the N word in a negative way. It has to be said.
Be Ninja or something?
It's all Nintendo's fault.
Nintendo! Told you it was going to be a different N word.
After success of the NES and SNES classics, it seems every games company, developer, and their second cousin are trying to cash in on the retro console miniature bandwagon. The wheels of that wagon must be buckling under the weight of the people sitting and riding on top of it. The PlayStation Classic is the latest contender, and it seems to have been met by contempt, apathy, and complete disinterest. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I can't see any of these going on eBay for like double the price. In fact, I think it's going to be the exact opposite. I think it'll be like, how much can we reduce these things to get rid of them? And that's just good reviews I've seen or heard. I was interested in the PlayStation Classic at the time of its original announcement, but that interest slowly withered, and the more that I found out about it. It seems there is a chance you can already hack the system to add new PS1 games, but I still have 2 original PS1 consoles, PAL and NTSC, as well as a small collection of PS1 games. I have never detected any great fondness for the PS1 on the Veteran Gamers podcast, but I thought I'd list the 20 games I think that should have been on the latest retro miniature console box. Bearing in mind that these are games that I have had at some time owned and played, but not necessarily to completion. We will assume that they are the best versions available, and I will include only one from any game franchise.
Okay, hit me.
So this is his list. His list of what should have been on it. Here we go. Rayman 2.
No.
Doom.
Nah. Is that a PS1 game?
I guess, apparently. I didn't know it was out on PS1, but apparently it was.
Whatever, fine, you can have Doom.
Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy 9 and 7, hello. But yes, Final Fantasy 9 is good because it's a Final Fantasy
7 on it. 7 was on the new console.
Good, fine, you're correct.
7 on it. Hot Shots Golf 2.
Yes, classic.
There you go. Silent Hill. Classic.
Why not? Go ahead.
Dino Crisis 2.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, okay. I never got into that, but I'll take your word for it that it's okay.
Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah.
Chinny, you liked Tomb Raider 2, didn't you?
Yeah. I was never a big PlayStation person, so.
What about Mercenaries Playground of Destruction?
I played that on the Xbox.
Nope. Mind you, was that on PlayStation 1? Was that not a PlayStation 2 game?
It was a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, that was a PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Anyway, Soul Blade.
Yes, classic. The stage of history.
Gran Turismo 2.
Yeah. That was okay. That was a good game.
People are fond of that game.
They are fond of that game.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid.
I tried it, couldn't get into it.
No.
Resident Evil 2.
That's a good game. I like that one.
There you go. Spyro, Year of the Dragon.
Never got into Spyro.
Nope.
Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2.
Just for the record, the whole PlayStation 1 sort of passed me by. I wasn't really into it, so.
Yeah, I'm the same. Vagrant Story.
No.
Pro Evolution Soccer 2.
I did like Pro Evo, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they include any competitive games on the new PlayStation thing? I have no idea.
I don't think so.
See, that would have been cool to have a 2-player game that you could play together because you get 2 controllers.
I think there's a Tekken.
Is there?
There might be, yeah.
Yeah. Legacy of Kain.
Soul Blade was kind of 1v1.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think that's on the official list of games. I've no idea what it is.
He wanted.
These are what he'd have put on it. These are what you should have been listening. I guess you weren't.
Should have been what?
Exactly. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver.
Meh.
Parasite Eve 2. I have no idea what that is.
I played Parasite Eve 1. I never played the second one, though.
I've heard of these games.
I've heard of some of them.
I don't know.
Not all of them. Alundra.
Nope.
And Breath of Fire 4. One question. If you could have only one retro console box for any system released prior to 2005, which system would it be for? I'm not bothered about any of them, to be fair. So there wouldn't be any of them.
I mean, it'd be interesting to have television again. That was like my earliest console.
I think the only one left really is the 64 for me. But when and if we do get a 64 classic, GoldenEye won't be on there because of licensing issues.
You think it'll have the weird joystick controller?
Yeah, the weird octopus thing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not clamoring for one because there's other ways to play those games, but
that's what I mean. And I'm just not interested in the
I think the best one is the SNES Classic. I think that's the best. When you look at retro games, that age is the best. It's the best collection. It's a nice console. The controller feels good. I think I think the NES is too early. Like I think some of those games are a bit shit. I've got no sort of nostalgia for the PlayStation 1, and from what I hear, the game selection isn't that great. So I think the Super Nintendo Classic is probably your best deal.
Yeah, I have no idea.
How about a 360 Classic? How about that? I'd have that.
Don't know, I'm not interested in any of them.
I mean, Xbox 360 Classic. Is it too soon?
I think it's too soon. What about original Xbox Classic? You could have that.
I think that there could be an argument for it. Yeah, because you got Knights of the Old Republic, and I think a PS2 Classic with games that you can't play anywhere would really, really go down well. I think a PS2, people fucking love the PS2. I never really had a PS2, but I think they're even on that console. There are games that I'll be like, yep, that's a good console. So I think there's an argument made for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problem for PlayStation was getting the licenses for a lot of these games.
Yeah,
being able to get the license to put them on there, especially for music licenses are a nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah,
especially for old games.
I think this will keep happening though. I think there'll be a PlayStation 2 Classic. I think there'll be a Dreamcast Classic maybe. I think they'll keep doing this stuff.
Why not? Yeah. It's money.
Money.
He ends with, anyway, nostalgia ain't as good as it used to be.
No.
Derek. Yeah, no, he's not wrong. Final email this evening is from Lewis.
Hi, Lewis.
Hi, Lewis.
Hello, Lewis.
Hello. He says this. Hello, veterans.
Hello, Lewis.
As always, I hope you're all okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine, thank you.
This week, I've been playing GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony, and I've completed it.
It's a great game.
Oh,
say what's good about that game. Right, might sound a bit obscure, but when you pause the game and look at the map, the music for the map is fantastic. And I'm not the only person that thinks that, because then I Googled it, and then I found it on YouTube, and everybody's like, oh, I love this song. This song's amazing. Oh, my God, I just paused the map just to hear it. It's brilliant.
He continues. This is one of the best games I have played in ages.
Yeah, it is a fantastic game.
And I really enjoyed it. Well worth the tenner I spent. Yeah,
I need to go back, and I want to play all the Rockstar games.
Yeah, we should play them again.
I want to play them all.
Fuck GTA 4, man, with its no frigging checkpoint shit.
No, I love them all. I love GTA 4. I love Ballad of Gay Tony. I love Lost and Damned. I just need to go back. Yeah.
Anyway, he continues. Also, I played Red Dead Redemption 2 at my friend's house.
Fantastic.
And I have to say, this is the best game I've played all year.
Yeah.
I would go on and on about it, but everyone's already said everything, I think.
It's true.
I listened to your EGX 2016 podcast, and wow, what a slow year that was for games.
2016?
Yeah.
I remember 2014 being slow. Let's have a look at 2016 video.
No, it was in 2016. Anyway, that was one of the worst years in games I think I've ever seen. Sure, some good stuff came out, but overall it was rubbish.
So, just to recap, that was Overwatch, Battlefield 1, Dark Souls 3, Uncharted 4, Dishonored 2, Doom, XCOM 2, Forza Horizon 3, Firewatch, Hitman, the first reboot thing, Titanfall 2, Inside came out that year.
Inside was really good.
Final Fantasy 15, which was well received. The Witness, Civ 6, Pokemon Go came out. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, No Man's Sky. I suppose you could argue that was bad at the time. Darkest Dungeon, The Last Guardian. Really, did that come out 2 years ago? Fucking Jesus Christ. Stardew Valley, Abzu, Persona 5 came out 2 years ago. Oh my God. I feel like people were just talking about these games last.
2 years since I started playing
that's
Persona
ridiculous.
5.
That's ridiculous. Gears of War 4, Call of Duty Infinite War, Street Fighter 5, Dead Rising 4. Then it kind of goes downhill after that. So, yeah, I don't know. That seems like a decent list to me, Lewis. But maybe
when did Uncharted come out? The last Uncharted game, was that not 2016 or was that 2015?
Uncharted 4. I said that.
Oh, did you say that? Yeah, that was one of my games of the year, man. That was good.
Yeah. I don't know what my game of the year was that year. I'm not sure. Inside, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Was Soma that year?
I don't know.
Or was that the year before?
I don't know. Soma.
I think Soma was my game of the year that year. You know.
Let me have a look. Soma was 2015.
Oh, that was the year before. Fucking hell.
Crazy, isn't it? How fast it's going. It's fucking mad. Oh my God.
Because that was his question of the week was. Here's a big question. What's your favourite game from the last 3 years? Now, I would have said Soma, but obviously that's 4 years 4 years ago now, nearly. So, does that count? Does that count 3 years? Guess it does, because 4 years would be 2014, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Soma. I really love that game. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's easy for me, Red Dead 2, but I think just to make the conversation a little bit more interesting, I really fucking loved Spider-Man. I really love Spider-Man. And I really, really loved Batman Arkham Knight, which was 2015.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that game. So I'd say those are probably...
I think the other one for me would probably be What Remains of Edith Finch. Really enjoyed that. I love that game.
How about you,
good
Eric?
Game.
Last 3 years.
Yeah,
Favorite game in the last 3 years?
I mean, I'd say Fallout 4.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Yeah, that's a great game, and it's... I mean, you know, I've obviously done every mission in it, so...
Over and over again.
Actually, that's not true. I haven't. That's not true. I have not done the Institute.
That's the only one I've done.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There you go. Who knew?
Do you think I would benefit largely from playing it again and doing a different storyline? No. Okay.
I mean, maybe you got really into Fallout 3.
Yeah, but you've so many other games you could be playing. Why would you go back to that?
It's true.
Just
That's the main issue. Is that it's as good as the game is. There are many games that I want to play. So
yeah.
No.
Anyway, that's it. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. That passed the spam filter. But all those friggin' have sex in this city tonight. Freaking emails pass the spam filter too.
Yeah, a lot of them.
They're a pain in the arse.
Yeah, I like them.
Why you keep clicking on them?
I keep clicking them. Yeah. Jason in the chat. We're live, by the way, on the internet.
We're live.
He said he reads Arthur's journal on the Red Dead Redemption 2 app because Arthur has a journal in the game, and I don't really read it. But
I've looked at it once.
Yeah, but apparently it's got some good stuff in there, some sketches and things like that. It is quite interesting to read. And then Jason also says, "How is Chrono Trigger on the Android?" I don't know.
No idea.
It's probably shit.
Everybody loves Chrono Trigger. I don't know.
Don't know
anything about
it. By the way, I never mentioned, but Life is Strange Episode 2's coming out in January as well, apparently.
Yes.
Of the new game, which I'm really looking forward to, because that started very strongly, so we'll see where it goes. So that's really cool. That's it for emails. So we have got one speaker pipe.
Yes, we do. It's a speaker pipe time.
Let's do it.
Speaker pipe time.
It's the way to leave a message for us.
Speaker pipe time. It comes to us from Tim. There are some who call me Tim. Tim Chopakele. And it goes like this.
Hey fellas, hope you're all good. Just listening to last week's show, and we talk about E17, and I thought I'd tell you my favourite E17 fact is that Brian Harvey once ran himself over in his own driveway because he'd eaten too many baked potatoes. That is an E17 true fact. You can look it up. It's been well documented. Baked potatoes. So there you go. But what I meant, I thought I'd ask you two questions. Chinny, on Red Dead Online, you were saying that the dick who shot you, you were waving to him and jumping up and down and getting his attention, then you befriended him that way. Is there not a local chat in there? I'm not trying Red Dead Online until I finish the single-player game completely. Then I was going to jump online and have a dick about. So, yeah, is it just your posse that you can talk to? Or is there a local chat or anything so you can shout something about somebody's mum in there or whatnot? Second question is, and the games thing that happened last week, the Games Awards thing, I wasn't really paying that much attention. But what was your favourite game reel from there? I noticed there's a new Far Cry, which looked pretty good, like a post-apocalyptic sort of thing. And there was also that Outer Worlds, I think it's called, from Obsidian, which looks and has the potential to be absolutely chuffing brilliant. So I'm really going to keep an eye on that one. So what do you think? Hopefully you've seen something from the show. As I say, I haven't got a clue what it was called. But anyway, be good for goodness sake, and I'll speak to you soon. Ta-da.
Yeah. Thanks,
I have to say, Tim's very articulate.
He is.
When the way he talks.
Very good. Very good.
I like him.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
the answer to the first question is yes, there is chat in the game, but basically party chat has killed general chat in games. As soon as party chat came out, no one really talks in the main chat. The first time I did play Dead Online, I did talk in the main chat, and I did spark up a conversation. But yeah, no one really tends to talk. I did try to talk. In the town, I said, "Hey partners, what's going on?" I did all that kind of stuff, and someone just shot me. So that didn't go well. So no one really talks. I'm guessing if I did it constantly, someone would eventually talk to me out of sympathy.
Because is it like proximity chat? Is it just
a little bit? Yeah, a little bit.
When you're close. The thing is, though, you have to do the dancing up and down because most of the time you can't get close enough for the proximity chat to kick in. Probably
the proximity chat's pretty generous.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not. You don't have to be within earshot. It's pretty decent. So, yeah. And then the other question was, the Game Awards.
Yeah, Game Awards, game announcement.
The only thing really that I saw of it is that God of War won it. Again, I think somebody messaged me saying, "Oh, are you upset that Red Dead didn't win it?" No, not really. God of War's a good game. And it did something, it reinvented itself, so I can recognise why that would be up for an award. I didn't really watch it. The first time I learnt about the Outer Limits was tonight when Stu and Duke was talking about it. I did see the Far Cry thing, but going on track record, I'm not going to get excited about that because...
Yeah, I saw something about it. It looks interesting, but not... I don't know. I mean, and it's so expensive. I was surprised by how expensive it was.
Yeah, well, it's a standalone. It's basically another game, isn't it? Really. So yeah. I don't know. Like I didn't really like Far Cry 5. I didn't really like Far Cry Primal. So I haven't. I don't get excited about a Far Cry game, even though I've played them all. I tend not to get. They're very forgetful for me. I feel like they need to just cut it off. And do something else because I'm not that interested. I generally think everybody feels the same as well. Like I don't know anybody that gets excited for a Far Cry game. I'm
curious to see more about this new Far Cry game, but I'm not holding my breath or nothing.
No, I don't really get excited about
it. For me, obviously, the Outer Worlds looks pretty cool. I do really really like the look of that. And the other one that stood out for me, I did have a look obviously through these and sort of yeah, I didn't really watch the trailers for Far Cry and stuff like that because I'm just not interested. And you know, the PlayerUnknown Battleground winter map bollocks. I don't really care about any of that stuff. But the one that I'm really looking forward to is Hello Games. You know, who made No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
They're making a little game called The Last Campfire.
Right.
Which looks
it's going to be amazing. You're going to be able to go to all these different campsites, and you're going to be able to talk to each other and your friends in the campsite.
It just looks like a kind of eco type of game. You know, looks kind of cool. You like little dude in a boat and stuff. And beyond that, I don't know. Aesthetically, it looks great. You know, it's certainly my kind of little indie game that I really love to play. So yeah, mysterious ruins, people, weird creatures. Looks kind of cool. So there you go. That would be my recommendation. The Last Campfire looks pretty cool. But other than that, I didn't really watch it. I just watched the trailers and stuff, like you do.
Yeah.
Like you do. There you go. And that's it, I guess. Anything else to add? Or are we done?
I don't have anything else to add.
No, I don't have anything else. No.
Right, well, in that case, we should do some shout-outs.
Shout-out! Hey!
Shout-outs! Yeah. Right, Chinny, off you go.
I shout out to the Entertain Nerds as I unexpectedly featured on their show.
You did?
Yeah, because I took my mother out shopping, Christmas shopping, and when I came, I went round my brother's, and he was on the show when I went round. So
I see what he's doing there.
It was a very good time for me to go on because they were talking about censorship in podcasts and should we swear, should we be conscious and stuff. So I naturally came into this conversation with dignity and respect of the topic. So
you see, it's kind of interesting for us because we've. Well, yeah, I was going to say not.
I would argue it's not.
We never really censor anything. But what is interesting is for a lot of years we didn't have an adult rating thing on iTunes. I never put one on. Up until probably only about maybe 3 years ago.
Did you have to put it on?
No.
Did it just come on automatically?
No, I just did it because I thought maybe I should do because we do swear a lot and some of the stuff we say is kind of knuckle. But I've never been contacted by iTunes or anyone regarding what we say.
We're just so cool.
Yeah,
I don't think people would anyway, but it's just, you know.
See, what's interesting for me is I do not worry about it so much, but, you know, Antonio started listening to us when he was about 11.
Yeah, now he's all fucked up.
I know, exactly, because we, you know, we do say some stuff that maybe an 11-year-old shouldn't be hearing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Even being totally totally honest about it.
Sometimes when we're mad, we say words that are bad.
What?
I don't think
same thing over and over again.
This podcast is the worst thing on the internet.
Oh God, no! And no, of course.
I have watched clips that my nieces and nephew watch, and this is tame stuff. So
yeah,
I would be fine with it.
Oh yeah, no,
I know what I knew when I was that age, and I didn't have YouTube and Google, so you know, it's fine.
No, you had friends with big brothers, and your own big brother for that matter.
And you knew words, and you knew swear words. You know, you just did. What you've got to learn is when to say them. That's what you got to know. And
all the time, God damn it!
As long as you know when to say them, then you're fine.
As long as you know when to say them. So there you go. That's what I think about it. Not a lot. Right, Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I'll shout out the Duchess because she came in from the other room when I was saying shit yeah over and over again. And I'll shout out U2, and I'll shout out the band U2, and I'll shout out...
I like that, U2.
Yeah, I'll shout out Bethesda because they make good video games, including Fallout 4, which I like, and Skyrim.
There you go. I actually have a proper shout out this week.
Oh, congratulations.
Which is unusual for me. But I'm going to shout out the crew over at the OC, Filthy, Kim, Richard Webster, Mark, Annex, and Greg.
Yeah.
Because they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. It is quite interesting to listen to. And I've got to say, Phil makes a really good dungeon master. He's very funny.
Yeah. No, he's a good host, isn't he? I haven't heard that episode, but I love Phil. I just love him.
What I kind of like. They went to a shop.
Don't spoil it. I'm going to listen to it.
Well, there's nothing. All right, I suppose that was the funniest bit of the show, so I suppose I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Well. But needless to say, I'm kind of enjoying it. So keep it up. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, and it's obviously giving me ideas when I'm DMing again. Listening to the master doing it. I'm like, oh yeah, he did that. I like that. I kind of like that. So I'm gonna sort of take some spins off the stuff he's doing and work them into when I'm doing it because I felt it was pretty good.
Nice.
So shout out to all you guys. I think it's kind of good, and I like it. It's entertaining. I didn't realize how entertaining it would be. What was kind of cool because I listened to stuff on the way to work and back, and I was really drawn into the world. He did a really good job, Phil, of describing what was going on and where they were and what was happening and all that kind of stuff. It was very good.
Yeah.
So well done, you guys. And that's it for me. I'm done.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
I get it. I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Dim. There you
Boom,
go.
boom, 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 boom. That's the end of the show. Everybody, thanks for coming. Now we're done.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Don't know what else to say.
466, is that right?
It is for CDC.
Say goodbye to the stream, folks.
Bye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.
And I didn't grade a single paper today. That's messed up.
Well done. You did what we told you.